start list of the final of the men's double sculls, and I'm sure all Slovenian supporters in the whole of Slovenia will be up on their feet right now. But it's Australia racing in lane 1, boating David Crawshay and Scott Brennan, gold medalist of the Beijing Olympic Games. The Red Express, Matt Wells, Marcus Bateman for Great Britain, world silver medalist last year. Lane 3. Coming up next, the world champion, the defending world champions, Nathan Cohen, Joe Sullivan for New Zealand. Unbeaten this season, won 2 World Cup regattas. Strong contenders for gold as well. Germany, Hans Grune, the new man in the crew. Stefan Krüger, former world champion in this class. The second place crew from Lucerne, just behind the Kiwi crew. Slovenia, the national heroes of old sports in Slovenia. Itzhak Chop, the bowman now. Lukas Spick, Olympic champions way back in 2000, but scored the fastest heat time. And finally, Cedric Berest and Julien Bahin of France, bronze medal winners in the French quad at Beijing, 3rd last year in New Zealand. So all athletes have an extremely high pedigree of achievements, and it's going to be an extremely great race. 2,000 meters, roughly 6 minutes and 10 of tension, and it's going to be a medal or no medal. Simple as that, and here they are.
Probably the biggest shocker was that the Slovenians threw down the fastest time in the heat. Nobody saw that coming, especially with Itzhak Chop at age 39, but they put the magical double back together for the final race on their home course.
Here they are. That's Lukas Spick in the recent 2 years, the strongest sculler, a finalist in the Carapiro event. Now he's teamed up with his former crewmate, and they understand each other well off the water as well. But look at the Germans, how they sprint off the blocks there, 3/4 of a length up on any other crew there. But let's see, they are a young crew still. Stefan Krüger, just 22 years. Hans Grune, his Potsdam colleague, just 23. Can they do that and face the opposition of these fine athletes assembled in the other crews? Australia, David Crawshay, Scott Brennan coming back, finishing in the B final at CERN, but what can they do today?
And who would have thought that that reunion ever would have happened? They were definitely retired, but I guess Brennan had a dream in April of 2010 that he was winning a gold medal in London, so he called up Crawshay. He had not picked up an oar since Sydney, and he started erging again.
Beijing, you mean?
Right, I'm sorry, since Beijing. So he started erging again, but his medical schedule only allowed him to erg from 3:30 to 5:30 a.m.
Well, that's 2 hours. That's 2 hours. That's fine for a endurance program. Quarter of the race is over, and it's still extremely tight. Every crew has a chance to win a medal, but Germany is leading the field by a very narrow margin of 0.7 of a second over Australia. And then 3rd place at that halfway mark was Great Britain, just a second down on the Germans. So that's just 0.3 of a second on the Australian crew. But also New Zealand still hangs there. The Germans really go for it, but can they sustain that pace? And this is the typical style of the Slovenians, and every time they're on the big screen here, the home crowd starts cheering like hell, although it's still about 1,250 meters to be rowed, and Slovenia is on the move. The Germans still leading, Great Britain 2nd place, but Slovenia looks good there, maybe even surpassing already the Australians, or are the Australians still in the bronze medal slot?
And Hans Grune actually came in because Knittel hurt his back, and he's hoping to be back for the Olympics, but this double has really taken off, literally and figuratively.
Absolutely. So, I mean, they do what they have to do. They just try to set a high pace and then stay with that. And this is another very competitive boat club.
Well, we can count on seeing a lot of shots of the Slovenians, and why not? It's their final race together. They are in the hunt with this race. This race is far from over. Absolutely. A whole lot can happen. Last year at the World Championships, Great Britain led all the way down the field to be charged through by New Zealand, who now is on the move. Only 0.3 of a second back from Germany. Australia another 0.3 back, and then Great Britain.
Well, Hans Grun is the stronger of these two scullers, but a very good rhythm man is Stefan Krüger, already a world champion 2 years ago with Eric Knittel, as you mentioned. Last year they had some problems, then went to reach the final, but weren't quite satisfied with their performance there. Today they look good, but it's three crews level pegging now. It's Australia there, it's New Zealand, and it's Germany, and then a little way back it's Slovenia in fourth place. Here we have it. Bow to bow between the Germans and the Kiwis, and just half a meter behind sit the Australian Olympic champion boat.
And this is a textbook move from the Kiwis. These guys row like they're hanging every inch of their life off of those blades. It's like someone has a gun to their head. They are relentless all the way down, and you can bet the Germans expected to see them coming, but right now they've got the best view, and they are understroking New Zealand by 1 beat.
So let's see what this means for the final sprint. This is still 600 meters from the finish line. All chances are there for the Kiwi crew, for the Germans. Also, don't count off the French. Cédric Berest and Julien Bahin, both excellent single scullers, both strongmen. They might pull off something special in the last quarter of this race. Now the race is on for gold. Germany still leading by the narrowest of margins, ahead of New Zealand. Australia just a deck down, 2 meters that is. France, there they are in fourth position, just a length and a bit behind the medal positions.
They hit that 1,500-meter mark nearly level, but the Germans take the first attack in the press for the line.
Yep. A very narrow margin of a canvas. Germany moving first. Now what can Nathan Cohen and Joe Sullivan pull off? In the last year they sprinted through the last 500 meters to leave no chance for Matthew Wells and Marcus Bateman, who are out of medal contention at this point. At least if they come up with something special here on the last 250.
The Germans counted on that push from New Zealand, and they jacked it up to 40 beats a minute. Right now, their 40 looks more effective than the New Zealand 40. They are in the water longer. They are locking it in, but it is will to win, and here come the French on the inside. Lane 6, the smoking lane.
That's again the smoking lane. Germany holding on to first place with a half a length, but New Zealand's coming back. Can the New Zealanders do it and win a back-to-back title? The Germans look a bit tight now. It's Germany still first place, but New Zealand has gained momentum now. The speed is greater in the Kiwi boat. Can they catch the Germans on the line? It's just a few meters. Here's New Zealand coming up strongly, but Germany's still first place. Who's winning the gold? It's nothing to choose. It's photo finish once more. It was bow to bow. France winning a bronze medal, though. Fantastic performance by Cédric Berest and Julien Bahin. No medal for the local crew, though. But, well, we have to wait for the photo finish, and here we are with the result. We have to breathe through and tell you the result, and here we are. New Zealand securing a back-to-back title by 600 of a second. Germany winning a silver medal, and I think you might even see that on the photo finish. This is not the photo finish picture. That would be much more accurate, but New Zealand celebrating their second title in a row. Nathan Cohen and Joseph Sullivan celebrating a gold medal, and Germany definitely should be happy, and so they are with their bronze medal. And look at Cédric Berest on bow position. Julien Bahin spent everything on straight seat, but happy with the bronze medal, and so they are. What a fine field of athletes, and it was the medals for New Zealand, Germany, and France in the end.
An outstanding effort from the Slovenians. And the Australians, 2 late season reunifications, and they were completely in the hunt at various points in the race.
Yeah, don't count them out for Beijing next year.
The New Zealand team, the bow lifting out of the water and surging over the finish line by a couple of molecules.
But you're right, here's the confirmation. So 600ths of a second separate the world champion